Hello and welcome to our next video in our Get Started series. In our first video, we learned how to connect our Facebook account as well as sync our fan pages, set up our profile, and you should have viewed the Chat Engage Bot Builder tutorial in our tutorial section by now. So the next thing we want to do is we want to set up a couple of our features that are designed to welcome new users who are interacting with us for the first time through Facebook Messenger. Now, what we have here is what we call our welcome message, okay? Now, this message is something that is displayed to the user the very first time they visit your fan page. And I'm going to go ahead and click over to this particular fan page and show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so when a user or a visitor comes to your fan page and they want to interact with you by sending you a message, they are presented with what's called this welcome message right here. Okay, so if you notice, it says, "Hi Keith, thank you for visiting us. Our Bot Master class is just about ready to be released. If you'd like to be notified or simply ask us a question, click the Get Started button below." Okay, and that's this button right here. Now, when you activate your welcome message, this message will display along with this particular button right here. Okay. Now, if you'll notice, when I read that little message there, that is the message that I have put right here in my greeting message. Okay. So whatever you have set right here, and I have this also enabled. Okay. So you have to make sure you enable this, or it will not show up. So this message right here is displayed right here. Now, when somebody clicks this Get Started button, it is going to send them whatever bot I have attached right here. Okay, and we pick our bots by simply clicking that button and choosing which bot we would like to be sent when a user clicks that Get Started button. Now, when somebody clicks that button and that bot is sent and the user begins to interact, they're going to be added as a subscriber within your subscriber area, which we will review in a later video. Now, with your welcome message, you're going to want to think about kind of what you want to say. Again, it's the very first interaction that a user is going to have with one of your bots. So maybe it's an introduction to your some services or products that you have. It could be just as simple as a "How can I help you?" It's really up to you how you want to formulate that particular bot. But remember, it is their very first time, so we want to get them and learn some information about them and kind of get them down the path of what they're looking for, maybe learning more about your services. So let's just go ahead and give this a simple test here. I'm going to go ahead and click Get Started. So this is basically what the user is going to see. And at that point, you're going to see it's going to launch my bot. Now, mine was "Thank you for your interest in Bot Master class. If you'd like to be notified when we go live, please click the button below." Okay, so they're going to go ahead and interact with this and kind of take them through this particular bot to get them to my end goal. Okay, so and that's a suggestion when you're setting up your welcome message. Have an end goal in mind. It's always best. We all work differently, but in my opinion, I always work from my goal first. What do I want to accomplish? And then I fill in the strategy. Okay, so I have to try to figure out how I get them to that particular goal. And that's a good it's a good method to apply to really any bot you're building. There needs to be kind of an end goal there. So make sure you kind of have that set first. But that is how you set up your welcome message. Very simple. And it's one of those kind of passive messages or passive interactions that you can set up directly on your fan page. Now, the next feature we have that is very similar to that is what's called our persistent menu. Now, the persistent menu, it shows right here. Okay, there's this little guy right here, this little hamburger, as what people call it. And I have a couple of menu items inside of here. One is learn more about Bot Master class, and one is learning about SegMate. Okay, so what we do is we do a little cross promotion with our persistent menu. Again, it really depends on your business and your goals on how you want to set that menu up. Now, we have full tutorials on how to create your menus, but just quickly you can see by clicking on either of these, I'm having an action that's applied when somebody clicks this. I'm going to be sending a bot when they click this particular button, and I'm also going to send a different bot when they click this particular button. Now, you can have up to 3 main menus, okay, 3 main links in your menu, and you can have 5 nested links underneath each of these. So that's a total of 15 different links you could have that appear in this particular menu. So it can be very powerful. Now, this always shows up when somebody interacts with Messenger after the first time, right? Because we just talked about that initial visit. When the visitor comes to the page, they're going to see that welcome message. Once they start to interact, this menu here will always be available to them to interact with any other types of information you would like to include in that menu. Now, again, like I've said, we have full tutorials on how to set these up, so I suggest you take a few minutes, watch both videos for welcome message and persistent menu, and go ahead and get those two features set up.